Hi, this is Phil from PDQ Merchant Enterprises and the ATM Mastermind Group page, and today we're here to talk about 5 steps that you need to know before you get into the ATM business. All right, so I know there's a lot of people staying at home right now. This pandemic has got everybody pretty much quarantined in most of the states, and so I thought, you know what, we're going to give you the 5 steps that you really need to know to get into the ATM business. And we're going to go into a couple of details so you guys at least have a better understanding in case you're looking for something that brings extra money into your household, in case you're looking for a side hustle or something to do when you go back to work, or maybe sometimes you would say, you know what, I'm done, I want to do something else on my own. Whatever the reason, I'm just going to give you some information, and I hope this helps. Always remember to like and subscribe our YouTube channel below. We also have an A to Z program that teaches you guys, in case you want to get into business, how to get into business, and teaches you everything you need to know. We also have a mastermind group page that it's a like-minded community that you guys can ask questions and you can get feedback. Either you want to get into business, or you're just looking for information, or if you're in the business right now, it'll help guide through some of the challenges that you're having. All right, so we're going to jump right into it, and here we go. First thing, so number 1 point is make a decision. Steve Harvey says, you know, if you want to do anything, you got to jump. Well, you got to make the decision. I want to get into business for myself. I want to take a shot. I want to get a side hustle. Make that decision. So that's point number 1. Actually make the decision and stay committed through the process. All right. Number 2 is you have to set up a corporation. Could you do it with a sole proprietor or a DBA? It could be done. I do not recommend that at all. You have to set up a corporation. Is the best possible way. Now, you'll have a choice. Sole proprietor, it's not a corporation. You can do it to DBA, but you're going to have a choice between an LLC and an S Corp. I see so many people all the time, they set up this LLC, they think they're there, and then after a couple years they're making money and they're getting taxed real heavily. I'm 100% against an LLC unless you file as an S Corp after you set your LLC. But to me, you know what? Stay away from the LLC and just go with an S Corp. Set up, it'll save you a step. And then that way you'll be taxed at the lowest possible rate when you start making a lot of money. Okay? But always, you know, my caveat is always talk to an accountant, a professional. I'm not a professional accountant. I'm just telling you what I've seen work, and I've seen other people make this mistake where they had this LLC and then they're taxed at a heavy rate, and then now they have to file a different way to save some of those taxes. So don't make that mistake. All right. So number 3, you're going to have to buy an ATM. All right, well, what kind of ATMs, Phil? I see there's Gen Mega, there's Hyosung, there's Plume, there's Triton. Which ATMs should I buy? You know what? I think they're all very good ATMs. You might, but whatever you buy, whatever it is, I would stick to one brand, because you're going to learn that brand over and over again, and you'll be very comfortable with it. Everybody does pretty much the same thing, but there's a little difference on how they do it. And then the other question is, we did a video on this, do I buy new or used? Used looks a lot cheaper, Phil. Do I buy one? You know what? I'd stay away from used right now when you're not in the game very long, because you might buy a used ATM you think is really cheap, and they're going to have all kinds of challenges. You won't know how to handle any of those challenges because you're not in the game. And sometimes people, they have to be what they call EMV ready. And sometimes people are selling ATMs for $100, $200, $300, $400, and they're not certified and they can't be upgraded. And now you just spend, let's call it $300 to $500 on an old ATM that you can't upgrade. So don't make the mistake. Buy new, at least your first, what I would say, 1 to 5 ATMs until you get familiar about the makes, the models, the brands, and what you're looking for. Number 4, you got to find a processor. What's a processor? A processor is somebody who's going to process that transaction. So when the card holder goes up to the ATM, they put it in, it's going to help them migrate that transaction and verify that there's funds in that account. And if there is funds in the account, the ATM will dispense that money. That processor will help navigate and verify those funds. So you're going to have to find a processor. Again, ATM Mastermind Group page, we'll help you through that process, but you're going to have to do that. So again, is you got to find a processor. And the 5th and final stage to getting in the ATM business is you have to find a location. So when you decide to get in the ATM business, one of the things is you're going to have about a 3-week, 4-week lag time when you're filing your corporation papers, it's going to take you about 3 to 4 weeks, get it back from the feds, get it back from the state, get your name set up. In the meantime, what you want to do is you want to start looking for locations while you're waiting. So when you get your papers and you're all ready to go, you're going to have 5 to 10 places that you've already mapped out that you can get into the game. So I hope these tips are helpful. Always remember to like and subscribe our video again, and jump over to the ATM Mastermind group page for further content. Thank you guys very much.